24-hour SMW13-2 Drippies. It's got a burger place from, like, Fallout. Huh? Okay, who was the anime girl, though? Huh? Going for just weird aesthetics so far. Credit where credit's due. It can work. A lot of weight. Oizys Sanctum. Who's Oizy? Holding down the A or B button makes you a lot lighter. Almost as if gravity doesn't affect you at all. Okay, so you can't really re-grab with this, but it will allow you to permanently ascend. Okay. A lot of weight interpretations. So far, I mean, last level did use both, you know, light as in lens flare and light as in weight. It's kind of hard not to overdrift. I wonder. Okay. I want to check this in a nifty. Okay. So, one important detail is you cannot... There's no, like, coyote jumping. Like, if I walk off a cliff, I can't proceed to press Air B. I still fall slower, but not useful. Like the stage first favorite when you played. Oh, nice. He just stopped Supermaning away. So far, this is the third level I've played. Where do you get that? I'm not sure what I was expecting. Interesting. It allows you to keep at a certain height. Okay, but it only works on the ascent. Okay. Interesting. Sup, DJNB? Thank you for the good luck. Seems holding jump negates. It's true. Punch stumped you, but it's really easy once you know how to get it. I mean, that's the true of most puzzles. I just have to figure out how. But we'll deal with that in a minute. There's more level to explore. We'll come back and consider that. Because so far it's basically like pick a height. Okay. Intriguing. Tilting you a bit. When you release it, gravity resumes. I would agree with that. I would agree with that. Circle gets the square. Definitely is a little bit weird. This is indeed cool. It always amazes me what SMW people can come up with in such short periods of time. Oh, it doesn't apply to sprites. Oops. Also, like, how many layers is this? We have, okay, so it's only 2 independently scrolling layers, but still the background's really nice. Like, considering so far, I'm pretty happy with this crop. Dang it. One of my biggest weaknesses in life. Wanting to re-grab badly. What's up, random type? Hit the ceiling, it blocks your upward, but gravity's still at 0, so just hold. Yeah. It works. It's fascinating. It occurs... Well... But it doesn't work with sprites. I feel that's an important detail here. You like the sun rays, BG, where you can get it? I personally don't know if this might be a custom thing or it might be off the shelf. Alright. Well, I just figured out how to get that dragon coin. I literally just figured out how to get that dragon coin. Master Creator, you could do that. I can't do that. But you could do that. Okay, that's funny. Mario Headache Simulator. No, it's fine. No headache yet. I've been sick otherwise, but no headaches, thankfully. What did you do? It was obvious once I saw it. Literally spin jump and fell very slowly? Huh. I'm 80% certain, based upon what I've seen, that mine was the intended solution. Because just look at that. You just walk over and get it. It's not that hard. No, I'm not sure it's the intended solution. It's like... Okay, so you can't fake it out that way. But yeah, it's not bad. Just got some respiratory stuff irritating. Raise the ceiling? Yeah, because he's just punching his head into the ceiling forever. But it'd been bugging my throat, and so I've been kind of delaying streaming just to not talk as much. So we'll see when my throat starts to bug me is the main characteristic of how long the stream's going to go on. There we go. So bad at that. Mario gets a concussion. I mean, that very much sounds like a QLDC stage. Mario gets a concussion. And, like, every time you bump into the ceiling, it does some, like, Mode 7. Like, this is a thing Donut would do. It does, like, some Mode 7 or offset per tile nonsense. Kind of like a touch fuzzy, get dizzy situation. Posted April Fools? Yes, that's one of the reasons why I'm even involved to begin with. Is because I was one of the judges the first time this contest was run. And they asked if we wanted to do it again, and I'm like, that's funny. I'm willing to put the work in. There we go. Success. Of a sort. So hard not to get up there. It was really sad, because I love doing April Fool's Day things, and I missed it last year because I was on a plane going to Japan. And this year I missed it because I just wasn't feeling great. Yeah, the basic idea is that we had the contest in 2020, and they would just rerun it entirely. Same judges, same rules, same theme, same number. So... it was funny. Also, Jamie, aka Farolicious, won the contest that year. I only use the old name because, well, like, it's what's written in my judging sheet. It was a good level. Had rainbows, lasers, setups. I remember enjoying it quite a bit. It's been a hot minute, to be fair. But I think he got close to perfect marks for me. And some of the other judges. Have noticed from other judging sheets that I tend to be a bit more on the nice side from numerically. Okay. I need to be spin jumping. Anyway, my dumb idea for April Fools was I didn't have any good ones. I have one that requires a lot of work, and I never have gotten around to doing it. And I'm still not entirely certain it would be a good one anyway. So I briefly considered rerunning an older one and just be like, yay, advert gaming! But then I was sick. I did come up with one other good joke idea because April Fool's Day was so close to Easter this year. Just claim that we're doing a born-again thing and the Jesus sightings have increased 3,000% in North America, according to Scientific Proof magazine. I'd found a Bible-based, like, mist game. I thought that would be funny to play. But that was about the extent of it. There we go. Honestly, I do think it'd be funny. And the game itself doesn't seem bad. Like, it definitely was not amazingly well received, but like, eh. Excited to play the Myst-based Myst game. To be fair, yeah, if you haven't played Myst, one of these days I need to get around to actually playing Myst, given how many copies of Myst I own. I own a lot of copies of Myst. I did their Kickstarter a few years back, and it got me a very nice linking book that had all of the Myst games on DVDs and things. But it was a while ago. Lucky number 13. Indeed. How you doing, Howluta? Oh. I'm good at dying there. I don't even really need the mushrooms. Present? Good enough. Good enough. I'm just not going to get the Fire Flower. I don't feel it's actually helping me any. In fact, when the spiny section, I'll probably just get hosed. Not bad, just EP. Gotcha. That's freer than I think it is. Right, I said I wasn't going to do that. Okay. Well, there's our death blocks. Okay. Oh, right. Okay. Now, be careful. We don't need to be careful, but we did it. We got 3 of them. I'm using jump rules, regardless of whatever this thing says. I got the first 3 dragon coins. They can't take it away from me. Except for the part where they can take it away from me. Are these semi-death blocks? What are these? I don't know what these blocks mean. Been doing Lunar Magic yet? Oh, nice. Congrats for getting back into it. I do love a good vertical section. And it's gutsy to do a vertical section with this ASM, because you can't make it very long. I still don't know what this means. I feel like I've cheated it somehow. I think there's a way for you to like do a light regrab on the way up, and you can readjust your speed slightly. Indicate the camera moves? Oh, interesting. Just for flavor. The camera moves regardless. Oh, those are hurt blocks? They're not kill blocks? I really thought those would be kill blocks. See, again, that's why it's confusing me. It's like, those are hurt blocks. Well, we'll just wait and try again. Okay. Yeah, this is a good one. Here's my plan. I'm gonna just stay in the middle here. I had an opportunity and I took it. Like that cancel game they always talk about once a year. Canceled game they talk about once a year. Sonic... no, wait. What was that one? The Saturn Sonic. Oh, for Pete's sake. Alright, well now the camera doesn't move. Those parts you... it's fine. I'll figure out a path. You don't need to give me any hints. But yeah, they're definitely camera blocks. This makes a lot of sense now. They reactivate the camera to make it so you can see where you're going. I am so smart. I think I almost one-shot that whole section. The one about surveillance? Oh, yeah! The name every time. Oh. Yes. Oh, what was that even called? It's been longer than a year since I've talked about that silly game. But I remember the one you're talking about. Yeah, dude stopped, like, working on that. When I found it forever ago, he'd done his own Kickstarter thing where he was just asking for, like, PayPal donations, and he stopped after a bit, and I'm like, oh, man, I still want one of those. And so I figured out how to figured out the way he was doing it. Used archive.org and then set myself up, and he was like, how did you do this after the fact? I'm like, hacker man. I remember now. Yeah, I think that has a weird interaction, but I think it's fine. Yeah. I think that's the biggest problem. Nothing to hide or something? I forget. But yeah, the entire thing was just to, like, initially he had written a really cool, like, light and shadow engine thing, and probably Flash, given the era. He went off and made, like, a bunch of silly educational little toys. I don't know if he did anything else after that. Nothing to hide. There we go. Nuts. Nope. We get all the dragon coins or we don't. Stage has Nintendo design philosophy, is what you felt? I could see it. I could see it. I get a feeling that when I see who made this level, I will not be surprised. That's how I feel about this. I don't try to make guesses about individual hackers anymore unless I really have a good idea, because I've been wrong so many times. Except Fire. I've got a pretty decent track record on guessing Fire's contributions to these. But to be fair, Fire just makes more mist in Mario these days, so it makes it a lot easier to guess. Okay. I'm gonna pretend I know exactly what that address does. But I see what you're saying. Okay, we made it back here. I really wish I'd ducked. There we go. Well, got a critical hit there. Mistakes were made. Talk about mist a lot? Oh, because people brought it up. I think in general, Fire is more of a rem guy than a mist guy. But rem is also a fascinating thing in and of itself, because, like, if I explain what makes rem great, it ruins the joke. Just the fact that the entire game itself is one amazing puzzle, but until you see it, it doesn't really make sense. Pretty polished. I think some people who do a lot of Mario hacking have a small reservoir of, like, ideas that they've considered in the past, and are just like, yeah, I just do this. I can bang this stuff out. Because an awful lot of it's, like, is polished to some extent, but also if you've done enough, you kind of know what the shape of this kind of level would look like. I don't know, comparing it to, like, programming is like, if you've done enough programming, you kind of know what a program is going to look like before you start writing, if that makes sense. Sure, sometimes you're doing something completely and utterly new, and you don't know what it looks like. But I'd say the odds... nuts. Of this person, like, being a new hacker are fairly low. To be fair, though, almost everybody here in chat has probably spent more time in Lunar Magic than I have. I've made exactly one bad hack, which was for my nephew at for our annual Christmas hunt many years ago now. Any level design experience, skill, and confidence. I'm a programmer, not a level designer. If I were to ever, like, join up and do, like, a level with someone, I would be programming a gimmick or something. And maybe, like, critiquing and helping with the design. But probably not rolling it myself. I did play through my Bad Hack a few years back. Mostly as a bit of a gag, but also as a... here's how moderation works on my own hack so that, you know, I can show how this works. Which was a lot of fun, actually. Can I make a Mode 7 Kaizo boss? With 6 phases? Probably, with some effort, yes. Not presently. Oh, I need to do some work on that. I'm going to code some wild gimmicks, need a level designer. Fair enough, that'd be fun. Couple new SMW level makers. Don't do anything else. You're technically one, just started like a month ago. Oh, congratulations! 72-hour QLDC level, there are ideas you wanted to put in the first level but couldn't fit in time. So you thought how you'd implement them for intervening time? Exactly. Imagine not being Daiso. I mean, that's Daijo's stick at this point, is making interesting, intriguing bosses and having plot in your levels. Like, in general, identifying a Daiso level is not one of the most challenging things of all time at this point. I needed to go over earlier, didn't I? Wait, no I didn't. Oh well, we'll call it success. Yeah, we'll call that success. He's made nearly 100 bosses? That is a lot of bosses. That is a lot of bosses. Too many bosses. Oops, all bosses, etc. I like the smiley face down there that's slowly drifting in. Wonder what happens when it reaches Mario. Nope, it just drifting along. What an unnecessary but adorable contribution. Yeah. I wonder what the deal with that is. Let it go off screen till it comes back? Yeah, probably not. The Dragon Coins are really easy? Yeah! I think having easy Dragon Coins is a fine thing. Like, either with Dragon Coins, you make them mile markers, which these kind of are, or you have interesting level setups. Add little puzzles or bypasses. So. But yeah, good level. Kind of nailed the theme in terms of lightweight. God, I hope no one does, like, lightweight, as in one who does not hold their liquor well as a level theme. That would be painful. It's based upon the fact that Yopi did one of those for one of the QLDCs. That was a painful level. Utterly painful. That one was everything you do happens, like, 30 frames later. It was insane. But yeah, this is a good level. I enjoyed it.